Hi, Tarot Tribe. I've got another flip through first impressions of a Kickstarter deck, and this is the Wheel of Fortune Tarot. And this was on Kickstarter. It is a deck that is designed and printed by the Shenzing, I think that's what it is, Shenzing, the Wheel of Fortune Spiritual Art Creation Company. So I think the company itself created this deck, and that was sort of my interpretation, but we'll see what information is inside here when I open it up. So I'm wondering whether or not they decided to create a deck as sort of maybe a representation of their what they offer in terms of their work. So I know that when they had it on the Kickstarter, you had an option to choose the various gilding that they had, and I can't remember what I chose. So we'll find out about that in here as well. As you can see, it's black, which is, there's been a real movement towards these sort of all black decks, which are very stunning, and they have really cool impression. This is an all matte box. Again, brilliant, beautiful box, beautiful sturdy box. This is the clamshell box. Look at that. Woo! So nice. Super quality, and it's got the foil on it. So this has got, it's kind of, I don't know if you can see it, but it's more of a bronzy color. So it's not gold, it's more bronze. And so there's a simplicity in that, which is just stunning. And it's got that sort of eye on the back. No other writing on it. So yeah, so it's quite striking to look at for sure. And of course, I love the clamshell box. I think if I was to do my decks again, I would have chosen a clamshell because I just think they're just so lovely. But and then it's got the writing in the center. So let's read what it says here. Meaning is not something you stumble across like the answer to a riddle or the prize in a treasure hunt. Meaning is something you build into your life. You build it out of your own past, out of your affections and loyalties, out of the experience of humankind as it is passed on to you, out of your own talent and understanding, out of the things you believe in, out of the things and people you love, out of the values for which you're willing to sacrifice something. The ingredients are there. You are only one who can put them together into that unique pattern that will be your life. Let it be a life that has dignity and meaning for you. If it does, then the particular balance of success or failure is of less account. And that is a quote by John William Gardner. That's brilliant. And that's interesting because the quote itself is sort of talking about people kind of expressing their own meaning and sense and stuff, which kind of feeds into this idea of this company potentially, you know, trying to impart that to potential artists and sort of, you know, advocating and embracing them to do so. So that was an interesting quote. There's the inside there. That's the bottom and the quote there. So I'm just going to take off the little card there. Let's set this aside. So there it is. So there is the bronzy gold foil on the back. As you can see, we've got, let me see if I can shift this so you can get you've got the gilding on the sides. I love gilding, but then I love all things that has bling, as you can see. The more, see, to me, there's like, you know, more is more for me. You know, it's never too much. More is more, see? More is more. Okay. So now that we've got that out of the way. So yeah, so I love sparkly things. And that gilding is just lovely. Okay, so far so good. We have definitely the matte feeling. It's a matte feeling card. And it's good quality, sturdy cardstock. Although there is bendability and movement to it. So this is definitely a deck I think that you could do your rifle shuffle with for sure. Okay, so let's have a look at the images. So this looks like paintings. Again, that's definitely Rider-Waite-Smith imagery, right? Coming up. Our magician. wonder who if it's all one artist or if there was more than one Empress. Emperor. And I don't know if you can see it, but they've got the numbers, just it's black on black. It's hard to kind of see it there. I don't know if you can see it there. See that number at the top? So it's a black on black. So you've got the numbering, but it's not standing out in any way. And then you've got the writing at the bottom. The Hierophant. So using the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith imagery here for sure. Strength. Hermit. Wheel of Fortune. And it looks like it might be a little bit, because of the black, sort of their choices on the color of the box and the black of the deck, it maybe has a bit of a darker feel to it. It feels more like sort of like the artwork is more kind of a folk art kind of. Oh, yeah. Temperance. The Devil. The Tower. Star card. Oh, man. The Moon. The Sun. And you know what's interesting about this actually is that, like, this card in particular really stands out with all that, the bright colors against the black, right? It's almost unexpected in a way, because usually with the, like, a dark deck, you're kind of expecting things to be sort of Judgment in the world. And there is definitely cards that are more reflective of that for sure. Wands, Two of Wands, Three of Wands. So following along quite closely, as you can see, to the Rider-Waite-Smith imagery. Again, it's taking kind of the main elements of the image. Ten of Wands. Page of Wands. Knight. There's the Queen. She's gorgeous. And our King. Yay! Ace of Cups. Two of Cups. So this is for sure a deck that you can just grab and go with, and would be, you know, I think easy to read for anyone who has connections with the Rider-Waite-Smith system. They wouldn't have trouble reading this card deck at all. There we go. It follows fairly closely. Definitely. And of course, it looks like the artwork is probably by one person, although they don't have the name of the person, and I can't remember. I didn't even look on the Kickstarter website to kind of ascertain who the artist might be. I don't know if anyone knows that. You can maybe comment below, because I like to make sure that they're attributed Three of Swords. Swords. Five of Swords. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Ooh. It's always like, always traumatic when you get to that 10 of Swords card. Here's our Queen. And our King. So it almost, like the artwork almost has a feel of a more, like a youthful, childlike energy to it, right? Definitely. Five of Pentacles. 6 of Pentacles. 7. 8. There's 9. 10. Page. Knight. Ooh, I like her. Look at her. I like the Queen of Pentacles. And our King. So that is the Wheel of Fortune Tarot. And I have to say, like, all the elements of what I expect in terms of a Kickstarter deck are there in terms of the quality of the cardstock. We've got gilding. They've definitely, you know, put a lot of money into that. Sometimes, you know, that's sometimes what I find with sometimes Kickstarter decks is that, you know, people might not sort of go for more of the higher end, or they do that as sort of unlocking as part of the thing, so they have to get a certain amount of, you know, supporters before they'll unlock the next element, which might be gilding or whatever. And I think obviously something happened and this got unlocked, so it's great from that standpoint. I think the artwork, I think it's probably one of the, in terms of the artwork, and it may not appeal to everyone, but again, art is a very individual expression and appreciation and connection. So definitely take a look to see, you know, if it's something that you think you might like, or you might be considering to sort of look at the artwork first. But apart from that, in terms of it being a good, solid quality deck, it's definitely there and has the elements for it. So that is the Wheel of Fortune Tarot. So like and subscribe to be notified of any more of my tarot first impressions and flip throughs. See you.